Hey mommies, how are you? And welcome to our Mommy's Love video. And today we're going to be talking about donating breast milk. And if you are a breastfeeding mom, then definitely you have like a little sensitive spot right here in your heart for those moms that are not able to breastfeed their babies, or that their babies are sick, or they're going through something where breast milk can be a like really great benefit to their health. So if you have a surplus of milk, then that's amazing, because you could be making a big difference in a baby's life and a mom's life. And even if you have just a little bit to give away, some extra milk, there's also informal milk sharing which you can do. So I'll be explaining the kind of the differences between them and how you can go about marking a difference in a baby's life. And seriously, through your breast milk, that's like the biggest gift that you can give someone, because it truly is like giving someone liquid gold. I think it's a priceless gift, and it's an amazing gift that you can do for somebody else. So what's the technical term, or what's the technical meaning of donating breast milk? It's basically giving or donating breast milk to somebody that needs it. Usually it's a mom that is either sick, or her baby's sick, or in an intensive care unit, or a mom that is lacking in her milk supply. So that's kind of the categories of moms that would accept donated milk. And what are the risks, okay, in regards to milk sharing? Because that's something that you think about. Well, milk sharing, you're technically sharing like fluids from your body, if you think about it. So it's kind of like when you're donating blood or things like that. So there is a risk of passing forward like bacteria or viral infections, even like HIV. So you do have to be super careful in regards to that and aware. And not just that, but you can also pass forward things like drugs or medications. So there's a lot of different things that go in your breast milk. That's why you have to be super careful. In regards to like how you should go through donating your breast milk, the best way to do it really is if you are doing formal breast milk donation. So you want to do it to a milk bank that regulates it and distributes it to the babies that need it the most. Then you would do it through the Human Milk Banking Association of North America, which is the HMBANA, and they take care of everything. They pretty much take care of pasteurizing the milk, making sure that it's how it has to be to get to the hospitals for these babies, or to wherever it has to get to, the end location. They make sure that they do like a screen and an analysis of you, and a bunch of tests that you need to undertake, especially like blood tests and things like that, to make sure that you don't have like what they check for is HIV, syphilis, human T-lymphotronic virus, and hepatitis. So those are the main things that they're checking that is not in your blood or in your system. But in addition to that, you have to be healthy also, not a smoker, be in good health condition, not have had like a transplant or something like that, an organ transplant in the last 6 months. Additional things too are the baby that you're lactating has to be under a year old. And if they have other things like the one that they have also when you're donating blood, like the mad cow disease, like if you're in the UK between 1980 and 1996 for more than 3 months, you're excluded. You can't donate milk to. That's me. And if you were in Europe during that time for 5 years. So it's pretty much the guidelines, like when you're donating blood. But also, if you want to check them all out, you just have to go to the Human Milk Banking Association of North America, and it'll explain it there in more details, okay? The other thing I was going to go through was you may be asking yourself, like, if there's anything that regulates this type of milk, like the FDA. Well, it's not regulated by the FDA, but the FDA does advise that there is some risks involved in informal milk sharing, especially because there's no screening done there. So just to be aware of that, some of the things that I mentioned. Because the other thing is too, like I said, the milk can even be adulterated with. If you don't know the person that's giving you the milk, they could be mixing the milk with formula, or with cow's milk, or soy milk, or almond milk, or anything like that. So you don't know exactly how the milk's being handled in regards to hygiene, storing, all those things which could potentially contaminate the milk. So it's all those things to kind of, not to kind of put you at like in panic, but to kind of make you think about who you're receiving the milk from. Other things too in regards to donating the milk formally through this milk banks, they do a screening. So it's really important that you can take these blood tests, that you can fill out the paperwork, like I mentioned before. And the other thing is too that you can follow their guidelines for storing and pumping. They involve really a lot of hygiene in regards to how you manipulate the milk, that your breast must be clean. You must use like a good grade type of a pump and a clean pump. The storage milk bags where you put them must be sterilized, the way that you label them. So a lot of different things like that, technical things and hygiene things that you have to take into consideration too. The other thing too is you may have to make sure that when you are preparing the milk, having everything ready, you're going to be given a donor ID number or a name or something like that. You must, really important, you must put the date that the milk was pumped and the time, everything, because once they pasteurize their milk, they will give it a 1 year expiration date from the day that you pumped, once the milk is pasteurized. Let me see if there's anything else. And in regards to the milk too, once you store it, really important that the milk, once you pump your milk, it goes 30 minutes, you kind of leave it at room temperature so that it goes down from your body temperature to room temperature. Then you would put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours and then you can freeze it. And they prefer to receive the milk frozen because what they do is they thaw the milk. They do a bunch of screening tests and analysis on it for bacteria and things like that. And then they pasteurize the milk, which they put it at around 62 Celsius for about 30 minutes to kill off any bacteria, but not to jeopardize all the nutrients. And then they freeze it at minus 20 Celsius so they can ship it to all these neonatal units and all these different babies basically that need the milk. Okay, so that's kind of what's undergone with the milk. And the reason why it's pasteurized is so the milk can last longer. In regards to maybe if you're a mom that wants to donate the milk, but you want to kind of up your supply a little bit more so you can donate more because you don't have a huge surplus, then things that you can do is you can massage your breast, use breast compression, so hand expression with very clean hands. Also, that helps to induce like letdown reflex by using also like heated gel pads and things like that. And you can also just try not to focus so much on the bottles or how much milk you're getting, but focus on what you're doing, on relaxing, on your baby, on the amazing thing that you're doing for babies, listening to babies like cooing, baby noises, baby pictures, your baby's pictures, all those type of things stimulate milk production and milk letdown. So those are different things that you can do to help like super produce your milk production, okay? And again, another way that you can milk share, like I said, it doesn't have to be all this formal guidelines and stuff that I've given you, by just milk sharing by breastfeeding your cousin's baby, your sister's baby, your next door neighbor's baby. That's an amazing thing that you can do for a baby also, because sometimes with these milk banks, they require you to be able to donate at least 100 ounces in your first donation, and then obviously more in your next donations, because it takes a lot of time and energy and funds for them to be able to screen you. So you must be able to be like a constant and a regular donor. But if you don't want to go through all of that, you can just do informal milk sharing. Just make sure you know the other person's baby's health, that you're not going to be jeopardizing them or anything like that. And like I said, things like even herbal supplements, they can affect your milk. So make sure that it's a baby that is not under any like strict conditions or anything like that, or like health conditions. And it's just an amazing way that you can formal share. There's also a lot of sites online and breastfeeding groups where you can also donate informally. There's lots of ways that you can do it. And if you are going to be receiving milk informally from somebody else, like I just said, make sure you know who they are, that they're highly recommended maybe by somebody else, by a lactation consultant or a close friend, because like I said, it's everything in their lifestyle is being passed forward to your baby. So if you have milk shared before, share your experiences. I think it's an amazing thing to do. I've done it before with close friends and it's been amazing. It was an amazing sensation, and it left me so empowered knowing that I was able to give this amazing gift to my friend's little baby. And if you've done formal milk sharing, let us know what the experience has been like. What was all that like screening process like? I'd love to know your experiences. Bye, mommies. Besitos.